Today is Maundy Thursday, and our Holy Week reflection is written by Wendy Jewitt, who shares about Jesus the Messiah, the Servant King. The reading Wendy has used for this reflection is John 13, verses 1 to 17. The song Jesu, Jesu, Singing the Faith 249, includes these words: kneels at the feet of his friends, silently washes their feet, master who acts as a slave to them. Wendy writes, as someone who frequently kneels at the feet of someone I love in order to wash their feet, this is one of those actions of Jesus that I can relate to and often find myself thinking about. She reminds us that we need to recall the context of the story. Earlier in the evening of this time we now call the Last Supper, a dispute had arisen amongst the disciples as to which of them was considered the greatest. Luke 22, verse 24. Possibly this would then have escalated into a discussion as to which of them would, that night, perform the servant role, bringing in the water and washing everyone's feet as they came into the house. People in that day wore open sandals, which gave little protection from the mud and dust on the paths. There were no servants amongst the group, so possibly they normally undertook this role by sharing it amongst themselves. So perhaps Jesus saw this dispute gaining momentum, with the disciples refusing to lower themselves to take the responsibility for the washing of each other's feet. And he took matters into his own hands. In other words, he did what they were not prepared to do. And he did it in a way that would vividly be remembered by them for a long time afterwards. Actions do, after all, speak louder than words. Many times before, he had tried to teach them that his way involved sacrificing oneself for the needs of others, the way of service and humility. And now he showed in his actions what this could mean for them in reality. And if he was prepared to undertake the most menial of tasks, then should we also be prepared to behave in a similar way in our love for others? To show humility, not pride. To act humbly and to not demand some sort of honour is not always easy to do, particularly if you feel that you have been slighted in some sort of way, that your perceived skills are not appreciated by others, or that you have not been given the honour that you should be entitled to receive. It's too easy for us to take our proverbial bat and ball home in a fit of pique because we think our dignity, our prestige, our place in society has been lessened in some sort of way by the actions or words of others. And when we start thinking in this way, then it is important for us to remind ourselves of Jesus kneeling in front of his friends, washing their feet. But wait a minute. Were they all his friends that night? Surely, as we now know, there was amongst the group a man who certainly could not be classed as his friend that night. One who would slip away and betray Jesus. For me, this is the hardest bit of the picture. Jesus knelt in front of Judas, knowing he would soon betray him, Yet he washed his feet with that same love, care, and attention that he gave to the others. I wonder how Judas felt, watching Jesus slowly working his way around the group, knowing that soon it would be his turn. Was there anything in the way that he reacted to suggest what he would do later? I suspect not, as John doesn't hint at anything untoward. So Judas must have somehow brazened it out and offered no outward sign. For me, says Wendy, this vivid picture of Jesus kneeling at Judas's feet speaks strongly of what the love of Jesus really means. That no matter what Judas was about to do, Jesus still loved him. Nothing that Judas could do would alter that fact. Kneels at the feet of our friends and those who would do us harm, silently washing their feet. This is the way we should live with you.